Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at this 2021 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon Eco Diesel. The Gladiator is definitely an outlier among midsize pickups. It's certainly capable of doing truck things, but it also happens to be a Wrangler with a bed, meaning that it has removable doors. Its roof comes off, its windshield folds down, it has a solid front axle, and in the case of this one, it has a turbo diesel V6 engine. The Gladiator diesel puts out 260 horsepower and 442 pounds-feet of torque. It comes paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It doesn't add anything to this vehicle in terms of towing capacity. Jeep's engineers say that that's due to limited cooling ability rather than the actual hauling capabilities of this engine. Anyway though, this vehicle is really fun. Naturally, you can tell just by looking at it. So let's do a tour of the Gladiator Rubicon Eco Diesel and then take it for a little drive. The Jeep design needs no introduction. You've got 7 slats up front, circular headlights, something that Jeep added to this JL generation Wrangler. The Gladiator goes by the JT model code, but it's effectively a JL Wrangler with a bed. Are these fender mounted turn signals. So those are a nice touch. This one, steel bumper, red tow hooks up front because this is a Rubicon model. Something else the Rubicon gets, gray surrounds in the headlights. This one comes on mud terrain tires. These are typically optional on the Wrangler and Gladiator. My tester here happens to have them though, so that's interesting. I haven't noticed too much excess road noise. Mud terrains are usually pretty loud. They harm fuel economy. They're not great in the snow, and they wear faster than all-terrains, but can't really evaluate many of those things. I can just say that I haven't noticed too much extra noise. Rubicon models, shocks carry Fox branding. This one will have taller fenders than a non-Rubicon model as well. These are rock sliders here, so they'll protect you when you're going off-road and you might come across rocks on an off-camber ascent or descent. Skid plates underneath this one. This is kind of clever. The Gladiator has bed corner protection as well, so you've got a rock rail up there, and then back here, this area is going to be kind of vulnerable just because there's a kind of a long rear overhang on the Gladiator. So you get this bed corner protection as well. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there's a matching spare underneath. Even though this one has 33-inch mud terrain tires. Tow hitch, 7-pin, 4-pin connector. Here's your Eco Diesel badge. Pretty simple badging. You can't really tell on this one because it's red, but Rubicon models come with a red ring around their badging. Eco Diesel, not much else. Pretty clean looking tailgate. Speaking of the tailgate, it locks with the rest of the vehicle. It's nicely damped. There's a clever feature here where you can move these cables behind that little trim piece and then lock the tailgate in this 45% up position. It's nice if something needs to hang out of the tailgate while you're driving. This kind of can act as a load stop. This one has a tonneau cover. I really like the Gladiator's factory tonneau cover. So you got these red loops right there. So you pull one. Actually, oh, you just need to pull one, even though there are 2. You pull one, and then this thing folds back. There you go. And then if we really wanted to, we could strap it down via a Velcro strap there. Once you're inside the bed, this one has a factory bed liner. It's a nice finishing touch in the bed of any pickup. You can see you've got lights back here. There's a rail tie-down system. You can see there are impressions at the front of the bed, which indicate where you'd put dirt bike tires if you were gonna haul 2 dirt bikes in the back of this thing. And then there's even a 115-volt AC power outlet. So that's nice if you're trying to use a small portable fridge back here, or if you've got things you wanna charge while you're driving. Power outlet gives you the ability to do that. You do have to press it down there. Great tonneau cover. I have a video elsewhere on my channel demonstrating how you take the doors and the roof off of one of these and off of a Jeep Wrangler. It's really cold out, so I'm gonna just pretend this thing doesn't have a removable roof and doors and evaluate it strictly as a mid-size pickup today. Let's take a look at the window sticker on this one. So this is pretty much a fully loaded Gladiator Rubicon. It has the optional diesel engine, which comes at a pretty steep premium. It's about $6,000. The one thing that I noticed, or the two things I noticed that it doesn't have body colored fenders, and it doesn't have a matching body colored hardtop. So those could add, I think, about $1,500 to the price. But speaking of the price, this is a $66,000 midsize pickup. Granted, it gives you a lot more than your average midsize pickup, but still, $66K for this thing. That's a lot. Anyway, fuel economy with the diesel comes in at 21 city, 27 highway, 24 combined. It's pretty impressive. Other features with the Rubicon here, you get plenty of good off-road stuff. Let's turn this thing on. So the Rubicon comes with locking front and rear differentials. It has a disconnecting front sway bar, so you have to press this button right here. It's got some off-road features. You have to put the vehicle into 4 low for that. So, hey, let's do it. We're in 2 high right now, so we'll go back for 4 high, over for neutral, and then back again for 4 low. Now we can turn on our off-road pages. So it has to load for a minute. It says 4-wheel drive low, off-road plus active, and then it says off-road pages. So you've got a lot of different information. Pitch and roll. You can see what the drivetrain is doing. That'll show you steering angle. This is 22% now. You've got accessory gauges. And then there's a trail camera feature, which in this case it's showing a view. Can't really see that. There you go. It's coming into view. Showing a view outside the front of the vehicle, which is really nice because you can see your obstacles, so it kind of acts as a spotter. And there's even a feature where you can clean the camera. There's a separate washer nozzle up there. But there you go. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a touchscreen operated washer nozzle. And it's really responsive too. It's impressive. You can hear a relay go off somewhere in the center console. Anyway, plenty of toys in this thing. Let's go back into 4 high. So we're in neutral. Why doesn't it want to go? We're in drive. Definitely in drive. Neutral. Whole truck rocks. Yeah, it doesn't like that. I don't understand what's going on there. We're gonna have to figure that out. Anyway, I'm just gonna put it in park for now. Other Jeep things. The interior in these modern Jeeps is pretty cool. They've done a really nice job designing heritage-inspired features into this thing while also keeping it really nice and modern. So this is all rubber here. This is wrapped in leather. Keep in mind, $66,000 is what you're gonna pay for this thing, but nonetheless, this is nice, wrapped in leather. Dashboard on these is so short. It's unlike any other vehicle. Maybe the G-Wagon is kind of like this, but other than that, there's really nothing else like it. This layout is nice. These buttons feel good. There's rubber on all these dials here. These are actual real screws, and this is a real metal surround here. The window controls are on the center stack. 12-volt outlet, and then USB-C, USB-A, and an aux port. Here's your off-road controls, and then this one has the auxiliary switch bank where these buttons are pre-wired inside the engine bay. So if you're trying to wire up lights or a winch or an air compressor, you can wire right into these and activate and operate all those things via these buttons here. Center console, you get your toolkit for removing the roof and doors. And then in here, here's a storage box and a USB-A port. Let's check out the second row. I love these door handles because you can grab them like this. You're sitting pretty upright back here. Not a lot of overhead space, but it's really not too bad. There's a decent amount of room. I have enough knee room. I know it's a little bit dark. There's a bit of a hump right here, and then these cup holders kind of cut into foot room, so that could be a little more spacious right there. There's a big plastic cup holder right here. There's an AC power outlet, window controls for the back windows at the back of the center console. I believe these are called mole straps, so you can strap first aid kits and things, and if you want, sorry, I know it's dark. speakers overhead, and then if the roof were off, this roll cage would stay in place, but other than that, everything would be open back here. Center armrest folds down, you've got 2 cup holders. Yeah, not as uncomfortable as you'd expect it to be in the back seat of the Gladiator here. So I put this thing in 4 low earlier in the video, and I was having a hard time getting it out of 4 low, so I think I'm gonna go into drive and move a little bit, and then go neutral. That feels like I'm gonna break the lever. There we go. That's probably the roughest transfer case lever I've ever operated. As soon as it came out of 4 low, I had to use so much force that it slipped all the way into 2 high. It's not that pleasant. But okay, well, we're back into 2 high. So let's drive this Gladiator diesel. The feeling you get from the diesel engine is pretty cool. This Gladiator with the diesel engine actually offers less towing capacity than a comparable Gladiator Rubicon with the 3.6 liter V6. That's the Pentastar V6. A little bit of wheel slip. There's 50, so not super slow, but not fast by any means. Like I was saying, the Gladiator with the diesel engine offers 6,000 pounds of towing capacity, whereas a comparable Gladiator Rubicon with the Pentastar V6 offers 7,000 pounds of towing capacity. And I believe that is because this is a bigger, heavier engine that requires more cooling than the Pentastar V6. So that doesn't as much speak to the capabilities of this 3-liter diesel engine by itself, but rather the fact that Chrysler or Jeep couldn't engineer a way to cool it enough to allow for the same towing capacity as the smaller 3.6 liter V6. So that's kind of the weird thing that you run into with diesel engines in medium and light duty vehicles. That being that their engine bays are still relatively small, and it's tough to engineer the cooling systems that would allow for increased towing capacity. So you wind up with an engine in this vehicle that should be able to tow more, that costs $6,000 more, but actually gives you less towing capacity than with the gas V6. Either way though, the diesel is fun to drive. It sounds cool. Lower crawl ratio, you get heavier duty axles across the lineup with the diesel engine in the Gladiator. So even the Sport model comes with, I think, Dana 44s. You definitely feel the low end torque. I like the way it drives. I don't know if I'd pay $6,000 premium for it, but I like the way it drives. The reason it works out to a $6,000 premium is because this engine isn't available with the Gladiator's manual 6-speed, so it's pretty much a $4,000 premium for the engine, but then you're forced to check the box for the automatic, which most people were going to check the box for the automatic anyway. So it's probably more like a $4,000 premium, but if you're comparing base prices, gas Gladiator, diesel Gladiator, you're gonna pay $6,000 more for the diesel Gladiator. So I don't mean this in a negative way, but I look at this truck as being the most excessive mid-size pickup on the market. This thing has a sticker price of $66,000, which seems nuts. Look at it this way. Your average mid-size truck with a crew cab, 4-wheel drive, automatic transmission, the V6 engine, and let's throw in a basic off-road package. That's gonna cost $43,000. The Gladiator here, on top of all that, offers heritage-inspired design, and a car company is going to charge you a little bit more for that. It comes with a solid front axle, which is certainly unique, and people who want a solid front axle are willing to pay more for it. This vehicle has removable doors, a removable roof, and a windshield that folds down. And on top of all that, this one has this unique diesel engine, which again, if you want a diesel engine, you're going to be willing to pay a little bit more for a diesel engine. So when you factor that all in, I guess Jeep has decided that that is worth the $26,000 to $23,000 premium that you'll pay for this vehicle when compared to, say, a basic Tacoma TRD off-road or a basic Ranger XLT with the FX4 package. So you be the judge of whether or not that's worth it to you. As far as being someone who didn't actually have to buy this vehicle, I can say it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. I mean, for a multitude of reasons. Unfortunately, it's January right now, so I've had no interest in removing the roof and doors. But I've done that already in a Gladiator that was loaned to me. I think it was August. But still, it's a cool design. This one came with mud terrain tires, so the wheels and tires look really aggressive. It's got a ton of ground clearance. The solid front axle isn't that much fun on the highway, but around town, you can tell you're driving something that's different. We're about to go over some speed bumps here. The Toyota Tacoma bucked really hard over these speed bumps, and the Gladiator didn't buck too much over that one. That's 30 miles per hour. No, felt planted. One more. 35 miles per hour. It felt really good, actually. Yeah, this thing's fun. It's probably the most toy-like vehicle you can get right now, especially with this diesel engine. So that is your look at the 2021 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon Eco Diesel. Like I said, this is probably the most extra midsize truck on the market today. I mean, it definitely is. It offers unique design, which you can't find anywhere else. It has a solid front axle, which you won't find on any other midsize truck. It has this Rubicon package, which gets you lockers and a disconnecting front sway bar and other off-road features, making it probably the most capable of any midsize truck. It has removable doors, a roof that comes off, a windshield that folds down. You won't find that in any other midsize truck. And then on top of all that, this one has this 3-liter diesel engine, 260 horsepower, 442 pounds-feet of torque, 8-speed automatic transmission comes standard. So it's a pretty competent powertrain. I don't know that it's worth the roughly $4,000 price premium that you'll pay for one of these compared to a gas-powered Gladiator with the automatic transmission, but I guess you'll be the judge there. All I can really say is that it's been fun having the keys to this one this week, and yeah, I'll probably be sad to see it go when they come to pick it up. Thanks for watching.